This is the Wiiviewer
and the LilWiiviewer,
and we're going to review
The Legend of Zelda for the Virtual Console.
Now, I know this review is going to confuse some of my subscribers, since I'm on the record saying I wasn't going to review a Zelda game. Truth be told, I just got in the mood to play it, so I did, and I figured why not review it while I'm at it. Now, when you first start up the game, you have to enter your name to start up the file. So of course I chose Wiiviewer, or at least I would have. The D-pad wouldn't work, so I couldn't pick any other letter than A. However, every other key on my controller worked. It was so weird, but I figured out that the game was conflicting with my DDR pad, which I had plugged in. So I unplugged it from the GameCube port, and I was off to the races. It did get me thinking though. The game could be played with the DDR pad, and I wanted to see how much fun that could be. And guess what? It's not. In fact, it was insanely hard to play the game that way, but you can do it. So, LilWiiviewer, have you ever played any of the Zelda games for any of the Nintendo systems?
Well, there's one other game, I don't remember its name. The one that costs you time that you have to go back, because there's 3 days until some kind of meteor hits.
Oh, you played The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Yeah, but I really can't get past the part to get actually adventuring.
So I actually wanted you to play The Legend of Zelda, the original title, the one that started it all. I was your age when Zelda came out, and it was such a great game. I want to get your reaction from a new generation. What did you think of it?
Hard. Very, very hard.
Could you expand on what you mean by hard?
Well, there's too many enemies. They don't give you any clues whatsoever where to go. And you barely have any health in the beginning, so you could die easily.
Don't you get it? It's an adventure game. It's the whole fun of the title. Finding things, killing enemies, adventuring into places you shouldn't go.
Hard doing those things.
This game was so memorable to me growing up. I actually remembered everything I had to do in order to get to the main boss at the end. I still remember how to do all this stuff. It's hard, but it's worth it. Would you agree?
No.
You telling me you didn't enjoy this game?
No, not much.
You do realize you're going to get a ton of hate mail, right? From all the Zelda fanboys if you actually say skip this game. You do realize that, right? Can you appreciate Zelda for what it was? An open adventure game?
What do you mean?
Well, there was no set paths to go anyplace. You have to kind of explore and find things. That's the fun of this game. Exploring, finding things. I don't think you understood that. It's not just get from point A to point B. It's the journey to get there.
Well, actually, I think you should have a setup path for this game, because what if you in a different dungeon, all the enemies are crazy hard, and you're like, you just started the game.
Yes, that's true. You could stumble into level 5, like I know you did. The story is about Link, who is on a quest to rescue the Princess Zelda, who has been captured by Ganon. The only way to save her is to reunite the Triforce of Wisdom, which Zelda has annoyingly broken up into 8 pieces. Now she's hid them in 8 different dungeons, guarded by the creatures who live in them. The main question I always wondered was, why do they call it The Legend of Zelda? What exactly has Zelda done to make her so legendary? Get kidnapped? I hate to break it to her, but Princess Peach has already claimed that legend. It really should be called The Legend of Link, or even The Legend of the Triforce. So what'd you think of the graphics?
For the retro days, it's pretty fine.
There were plenty of items to collect to aid you on your journey. Some of them could only be used in certain spots, like the ladder or raft, but others could be used anytime, like the bomb or the arrow. Did you like any of the items?
Personally, the boomerang. It just stuns them, so it's a lot easier.
And you can get an upgrade to the boomerang too. Back then, there wasn't the internet. I know you must be, it's like the dark ages to you. There was no internet. There was a thing called a magazine. And these magazines had pictures and answers to help you get through Zelda. Because I gotta admit, they weren't exactly very clear on where you should go and what you should do. They often talk in riddles and vague statements. Occasionally you'll just stumble onto a guy in a room. Like they say, the Dodongos do not like smoke. This from a guy who's sitting in a room with 2 fires. I can't believe that guy's still alive. The carbon monoxide alone would have killed him.
2 fires.
The main reason I wanted to review this game was to get your perspective. So I guess I should actually ask you. The Legend of Zelda, would you buy or skip?
I think it should be in the middle, but there is no middle.
So since you can't rent it, what would you say?
I don't know, really. Maybe it doesn't deserve a skip, and maybe it doesn't deserve a buy. I'm just stuck on this. This just wasn't my type of game, so I'll use your judgment, which I probably know what it is.
The Legend of Zelda is great. Even 25 years later, I think it is. It's still fun to play. Yes, the game is hard, and it'll kill you and kill you and kill you and kill you, but you'll still keep coming back to play it. So I say it's absolutely worth a buy.